Um, hello, loud chat. Oh, we have a chat here. Nice. Awesome. Mm, mm. Look at this. Oh, bum. Huh. Oh, seen anybody? Um, 23rd. Yeah, it's good. Oh no. Shit. Um, sure. Can you join? Bum. Mm, mm. Video. Um, oh, we got a participant. What's going on? Can you hear me? Hello? What's going on, everybody? Are you there? Hello? Got three participants. Woohoo! Uh, show chat previews. Sure. Can everyone. There we go. That should work. That should work. What's going on, everybody? I hope this is working. Is it working? My screen. There we go. We got, yes, it is working. Can you hear me? Is the webinar on? You guys ready for some great information? How to get the fuck out of Canada? Yeah. Woo! Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're gonna wait another 5 more minutes before we start. We've got about 60 people are supposed to show up. That's what the webinar says. What's going on with you there, Cabana? How's the day going? Oh, we got another one. We got number five. What's shaking? What'd you guys get up to today? Oh, number six. We got Goog. Goog. Good. Dude. Well, we'll wait another 5 more minutes for everyone else to join, and then we'll just crack on. We're just gonna get after it. I'm freaking stoked. Freaking stoked. We're gonna tell you all the goods and how to get the hell out of Canada. Looney Land, Canada. This meeting is being transcribed. Ooh, don't show this message again. Your screen sharing is paused. Why? Don't pause it. Resume. Okay, I think we're rolling here. Let's see. What do we? No, we're gonna go to chat. Paused, and we got seven. So we're gonna kick off another 2 more minutes when more people show up, and then we're gonna do it. Fired up. Fired up. So just for everyone here, what do you guys, what's the goal? Is it to actually just leave Canada? Or do you guys looking for something like 6 months and 6 months? What's shaking on your guys' plate before we kick off on this epic web class? See my options. I like it. I like it. Good. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else got there in the chat? Got anyone else in there? Leave permanently? Okay, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. You're sick of the clown show. Anybody else? What else are you what else Dolly is here. What's going on, Dolly? Good to see you. Good to see you. Brittany Dolly McCaffrey. Yes, the clown show. Yeah. I know the exact same feeling. I know the exact same feeling. So hopefully we can give you the goods and whatnot. And yeah, we're gonna wait 1 more minute and then we're kicking off. And yeah, it's too expensive. That's what a lot of my friends here, a lot of my friends here are, 50, 60 years old, and that's what they've done. They've come down here, they liquidated, and they, built a couple Airbnbs, and they got, money in the bank, so that they pretty much they make money every month, but yeah, they're pretty much golden. All right. We're gonna kick off just because that's what we're gonna do. So this is my web class to show you how you're going to let me get to boom. Get me to the layout. No, that's not it. 1 second. Let me just get What the hell's going on here? Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is how I left Canada and saved $62,000 every year. I skip winter, and before you do that, you can do that without selling everything. So before you make your big move, you don't want to sell everything. So, second, what just happened there? Um, get out of here. Right. So what we want to do is basically, this is just what this webinar is basically for. If you love high taxes, rainbow justice warriors, and cat people, this place is probably not going to be the webinar for you. So, what I'm trying to get across in this webinar is basically, you know, when you went to Mexico or you went anywhere, you know, and you were on your holidays and you said to yourself, God, I love the winter and you know, I would just love to live this lifestyle. I'd love to live a little more tranquility. That's my goal, you know. Also, if you have been concerned about moving to another country, let's just say you're in Canada. A lot of you guys are in from Canada, and you know, you've been there, you don't like where it's going, and you're kind of nervous about making the move. I did the move at 35 years old, and I can promise you it's not as scary as you think, but there are a few things that you kind of want to get, you know, dialed in and structured before you go there, and we are going to be covering that today. Now, the government, the Canadian government, I know all of us, I mean, once upon a time, super proud Canadian, super proud Canadian. I was 10 years ago. It was a country with a lot of prosperity. Can we get hell yeah? Canada 10 years ago was pretty damn great, you know. But something happened during the COVID, and Canada, you know, started to go down a weird path, and weird went to crazy, and crazy went to dangerous. And can I get a hell yeah? Canada go fucking weird. Can I get what's going on there, Mark? Good to see you. Hell yeah. So, yeah, and you know, I don't like when I started looking at what Canada was becoming, I just didn't agree with it. There's a lot of things that, you know, kind of broke my code, and I just I decided to make the move. I decided to make the move. So now I'm pretty sure you guys are here because a lot of those same things are pissing you off. I just do want to do a disclaimer here. I cannot promise you're going to save $62,000 a year. It could be more. It depends if there's two of you. This is just me. I own my own house. Um, and yeah, I have a higher cost of living because I do a lot of stuff, but I save a lot of money. I'm going to show you how much I save money and how when I do the numbers, I'm going to show you the numbers. But at first, when I actually first decided to come to Ecuador, I just wanted to skip winter. Like all I wanted to do at the beginning was leave for 6 months. Like who here wants to get the hell out of Canada for the winter? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? Because that was my goal. That was my initial goal was to escape for the winter, and and yeah, and that is, yeah, fucking weird. That is right. It's fucking weird. So my goal was to escape during the winter, and finally, you know, during this COVID thing, it kind of got to the point where I'm paying way too many taxes, the insane cost of living, and this rainbow politics started to break my code. You know, innocence should be something that's protected. And kids, I promise you, if you ever come to any third world country, whether it's Ecuador or Thailand, whatever, wherever country you want to go, kids just run around in the field, and that's where kids belong. They belong having fun and doing things. They shouldn't be playing politics. Can I say hell no to bringing politics to the kids? Kids should just be doing kid things, you know. So yeah, I kind of was seeing these things, and I came over here to Ecuador and I'm living this my dream life, and it costing me $1,000 a month, and I'm living this terrible shit life back at home, and it's costing me like 6 grand, and I'm miserable, and it just became a no brainer. Climb a tree and be happy. Yeah, climb a tree and be happy. Exactly. So, um, I came here and I met some amazing people. I came here to Ecuador, and they kind of have the same beliefs, the kind of the same thing. They kind of were sick of the high cost of living. This is Philip and Susanna. These are some of my favorite people here. If you ever come to this town, you'll meet them. They're amazing people. They left Toronto. Anyone here from Toronto? If you're from Toronto, can I have a Maple Leaf suck, please? Go Oilers. But basically, they were sick of the high cost of living. They retired and they just said, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to have to keep working until I'm dead. So they decided to liquidate a lot of stuff. They kept an apartment there that they rent out, and they moved to Ecuador. And they built some Airbnbs. They built some Airbnbs here, and now they live their dream life. So they're got their permanent residency, and they can travel around now. But some of the things they talk about, what they love is they love eating this real food. They love their community. And the main thing they love the most is they love their freedom. They love that when you're down here, you just don't have people bugging you. You don't have people bugging you. Can you get a hell yeah? I don't want to be bothered. Just leave me alone in my peace. Just leave me alone in my peace. Right? So what this web class is for is people that are disliking the high cost of living. They don't want to be paying insane taxes. Can I get a fuck taxes? And they don't like winners. They hate winners. And who wants to stop working a job that kills their soul, right? And a lot of you, like what you're going to find out in this is you probably have enough money to leave now. You probably have equity in your homes. You probably have equity. You have money in your banks and stocks, you know. And the thing is, what you're going to discover is you can actually leave and start living your dream life now. That's what you're probably going to be finding out. And when you come here, you're going to have something that you probably never had before, and it's called time. And when you have time, you get to work on things that you are passionate about. So that's what this is for. This is for people that want to buy time, you know, stop that job that's killing your soul, get away from winter. And this is my escape plan. And these are the steps on how to leave your country and to find out, is it worth it? So that's basically the goal of this web class. And my goal of the web class is this is the only way to your dream life. You gotta like, these are the best steps to take. It'll be cheaper and you will have way more time for more important things like your family. So remember, I want you guys just remember 20 years ago how much time you were spending with your friends and family. It wasn't all about work. You weren't all about taxes. It was a reasonable place to be in Canada. And that's what I want to show you. That's what I want to bring back is it's going to be cheaper to live and you're going to have more time for important things. And it can be done now. So these are my goals, right? So I'm going to tell you my story. I'm Ryan Wiersma. I bought a piece of land at 25 years old here in Ecuador. I built my dream house in Ecuador, and then it took me about 7 years. I was 32 when I built the house, and then these last couple of years in Canada, I just said I had enough, and I pulled the pin. I sold everything, and now I am full time in Ecuador. So that is my crew when I built the house. These were my boys, which is pretty freaking awesome, and yeah. But I want to just give you kind of my backstory, just so you guys can get a little more details about what kind of happened with me. And I started the crime. I saw the property in Olan I liked. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. I got the crime part. I need to leave at 3:30. Yeah, that's all good. You can leave. There's going to be a recording of this, and I'll have it recorded to you. But basically, I'm going to just give you guys my backstory. When I started traveling at 19. I went to New Zealand and then I went to Australia. But I remember when I was in New Zealand, I met these guys from Turkey, and basically they told me that you got to go to Thailand. So you got to go to this third world country. You're going to love it. It's amazing. The people are so awesome. You got to check it out. And I was always like, no, 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 I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to go to a third world country. I'm going to get kidnapped. I'm going to get, the police are going to capture me. I'm going to get robbed. And I, made a whole bunch of excuses. But the real reason why I didn't wasn't going to go, was because I was basically scared that, it was too dangerous. I didn't have enough money. I couldn't support myself. But these guys, as I spent more years in Australia, people kept telling me, Ryan, you got to check out Thailand. Like, you got to check out Southeast Asia. It's so cheap, it's so amazing. And eventually, they did convince me that this was the place to go. Now, like I said, I was dangerous. I mean, I was scared. I was dangerous. As I'm going to get kidnapped. I have all these images before I'm going to get on the plane. Um, what if I get sick? Do they have good medicals? Like the culture is weird. I heard that they have weird culture, and I had like kind of the same fears that you guys had. Is this place going to is this place going to kind of am I going to die? Am I going to die? Right? But you know, I was kind of getting sick of the same old, eat, work, sleep, repeat kind of thing. So when I was in Australia, New Zealand, I was just doing your typical jobs. I would just work, um, and that's about it. I would just work all the time. And yeah, so the kind of cool thing people said when you come to a place like uh, Thailand is you get time. You get to do whatever you want. Now, has anyone had months of time? Have you taken a month off? Have you just had time where you guys have just did whatever you wanted, had a great time, and just lived life for like a month or 3 months straight? Have anyone done that in the chat? Can I get a hell yeah or a hell no? Yeah, how nice is it to have just time and you get to do what you want. So, I did that for the first time in my life when I went to Thailand, and that was freaking awesome. And the thing that happened when I went there is I discovered that it wasn't that scary. And I think what happens is this propaganda machine just terrifies you that you're gonna go there, you're gonna get kidnapped, you're gonna get robbed. And the thing is that's what I thought. I'm on the bus, I'm holding my bag like a scaredy cat. And the truth is 99% of all these people in third world countries are just like you and me. They're honest, they're normal. And then there's a couple of bad apples, and propaganda uses this. So this was me in Thailand. I then went to Cambodia. I volunteered teaching English for 4 months. That's me in my shit shack. Those are my kids. And then I pedal biked across Asia. So I went from Thailand, Cambodia, pedal bike from Cambodia up to Hong Kong, China. And I mean, I went into villages that's never seen a living soul, like a white person. I had kids hanging around me. And when all I found in these countries was awesomeness. Really, really nice people. That is from Cambodia, some of the most nicest people. Vietnam, amazing. China, I have such good things to say about China. They were great. And this light bulb kind of went off and I got addicted. I got addicted to owning my own time. So I used to work in New Zealand, Australia, and I always have to work, I always pay bills, and I'd always drink on the weekend. And this was the first time where I had freedom to do what I wanted. Things like, and that is an addictive thing. Um, and this is what my goal is for you guys to get. This is my goal is for you guys to get. So, yeah, basically, I bought that piece of land and things were good. I had prosperity. I mean, how things were good in 2015, 2015, 2016. Like I gotta say, like Canada was a great country. I gotta say good things. Philippines last year, that's what I'm talking about. Who like I mean, did you guys have good years in Canada in 2015 to 2020? Because I mean, I remember I came back in 2015, got in the oil patch, and as a guy with basically no skills, I had a couple of properties within a few years, and I worked really hard. But Canada was a vessel or a vehicle that you could get ahead with, and that was the best part. But then, but then, 2020 happened and COVID happened. Now, I mean, we got probably a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists here, but like, who here, the pandemic, this pandemic thing, like at the beginning was scary at the beginning because no one had a bloody clue, no one had a bloody clue. But as things started to go on and turn from bad to worse to crazy to dangerous. Basically, COVID happened, and I think for 2 years I was hoping that it would yeah, the pandemic exactly. I was hoping things would get a little bit better. I was hoping things would just get a little bit better, and And they didn't. They not only didn't get better, they got far, far worse. And so as as things got worse, um, Canada started to do these forced vaccines. Inflation went crazy. The taxes. I mean, the thing about taxes is Canada is such a deceptive government that they keep getting you with these hidden taxes, and you just get murdered through all these little things, whether it's your phone bill, whether it's utilities, whether it's carbon tax. And then they brought in, I looked at the numbers, I think 8 to 10 million immigrants in 4 years. And then they started passing this hate speech bill, the homelessness. They spent 5 billion on it and doubled it. And then suicide is the third leading cause of death. And our vehicle of Canada has just kind of left us. And a country that was so amazing, where, as a 25-year-old, you could have a house, a truck, and a life, at 25. Here, 10 years later, with a 35-year-old, and you guys as well have way more skills. And now it's just like, where's the money going? So what I did was, when you're in a bad environment, it doesn't matter how positive you are, it doesn't matter what's going on. If the environment is, as the environment's bad, your life is going to suck. So I always say, this is my quote: if you change your location, it'll change your life. And I promise you, if you change your location, you'll change your life. And because Canada for me was just, it was just terrible. And I have my shit together. Like I have my shit together. And it was just like, how am I going to get ahead? So what happened was Canada became no longer the vehicle for me to get ahead, for me to, like, I know some of you might have a family. Who here has a family? Um, who here has a family? Is my wife and I make about and it's not, yeah, exactly. It's crazy. So if you got a family, how hard is it to raise your family now? And then another thing that's really important is, who is raising your family? If you're always working, how are you going to be, who's putting the values into your kids? Is it the government or you? And who do you want to put in your values? And I'm pretty sure everyone here wants to put their values with their kid. So I love the Canadians, the nature, but the politics have just absolutely grenaded it. So Canada was no longer the vehicle, and yeah. So the next slide. I moved to Ecuador and started to live my dream life. And I mean, those values that you guys probably value so much from back in the day, those traditional values where people haven't lost their mind and whatnot. This country, and a lot of countries, Cambodia as well, Thailand, all those countries share those values. And the main thing that I really want to really preach here is the community. So some of the greatest things, like, I know we always talk about money and money's important, but the number one thing I remember when I was the most broke and I had a wicked community around me, life was amazing. Like, it really is. Is it the destination of the journey? I would say it's the people along the journey that make the destination worthwhile. And when I came here, it's like, a community is when I go into town, everyone knows me. And even though the interactions are small, hey, how you doing, Ryan? Da, 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 it's just nice to be seen. And that's something that's just kind of been lost in Canada. And and yeah, and these people are from Florida. I actually did a interview with them. This is Eva and Eli, and they live in Florida. And basically, they had a kid there. She just had a kid. He was a lifeguard. She was working as a nurse, and they were 60,000 in debt. And basically, they kind of got sick of having no time for their family, and they said, "Fuck it." They said, "I'm gonna move. We're gonna move to the coast of. They're gonna move to the coast of Ecuador." Iva, she started an online business. I think it took about 6 months, and she's kind of had experience in that before, but she started to make 20K a month with her online business. I know it sounds crazy, but I met her, and it is true. She just built the correct systems, and now they are doing homeschooling. They raise their kids. They spend all their time with the kids. They got play dates with other people, and this is a really amazing story. This shows, like, once you have time to work on things that you're passionate about, you can take a passion project and make it into a money project. This is Philip and Susanna. So when I think of people that I want to have come down, these are the people. These are the people who are amazing. They moved from Canada. They wanted to retire and skip winter, and they moved to the coast of Ecuador. They built 7 Airbnbs, and now they have complete freedom. And the only thing that ties up their time is their Airbnbs. Just a quick question: what do you guys see yourself doing if you decide to move to another country? Do you guys want to attack or not attack? Try to go after a passion project, run Airbnbs. If you guys had a choice, what would that be? Let me just see in the chat here. She started it's an online business and she does Kundalini retreats, run an Airbnb. Yeah, nice, nice. That's awesome. So oh, let me just get that back and do where we go. Yeah. So and this is Robbie. I did another interview with him. So if you're doing Airbnbs, Robbie has a hotel as well. So he has a hotel called Montanita Estates. He worked in corporate America, and he was, I think, 32 when he left. And he says, I'm done with this. And he started buying some real estate. He started building his hotel, and he's just been building upon that hotel expansion. And yeah, now he has a family of five. He's got a beautiful Colombian wife, and he's living the dream. And he can live a life that he affords. And basically, this guy's just like, man, all I do is I surf every day, and then I do work. So number one thing for him is surfing. So after 10 years, I discovered the hard way. You've probably been struggling with the same things that I've been struggling with, and this is the hard way. If you want to live the rest of your life and paying debt and bills and giving 65% of your money to the government, stay in Canada. We got the average cost in Canada is for a house is $665,000. We have insane taxes. I did a video on what you actually pay in taxes if you make 100 grand. The rainbow politics. The cost of living has gone up like 50%. And we all know this. Like when you go grocery shopping, who here has gone grocery shopping? Where we go? Just start living my life. I have a fully remote. Oh, you have a fully remote. I work. Oh my God, Judy, you're golden. Just work online if not. Yeah, so a lot of you guys, like if you're working remotely, you basically can leave now. You can just do it now. And yeah, my grocery bill on a weekly. Yeah, it's so crazy. I remember yeah, groceries is just I remember I bought one bag, one paper bag, may I say, paper bag, and it was $127. And yeah. So I'm looking at all this. I'm looking at a country. Is this country a healthy society? Is it promoting healthy stuff? Um, yeah, I just saw that actually. Mark, I think he sent me a picture showing me how expensive beef is. But yeah, we have two-thirds of our population on prescription pills, and we just want to if you want to continue that lifestyle, or if you think Canada's going to get better in the next 5 years, then that would probably be the best way to do it. But I mean, for me, that was not going to be what I wanted to do, and I had a dream life, and I knew it was not going to be possible in Canada. So, man, that is so annoying. So, for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how I spend 80% less on cost of living and I work half as many hours as I did in Canada. And these are the three secrets of the escape plan. So, how to build your dream life and escape from Canada that keeps you depressed and poor. Hell yeah. How to test your paradise. So, this is where we're going to find out how, when you move to whatever country you want to, I don't care which country you go to, but wherever you go, you need to move there and you don't need to sell everything. You need to test it out. That's what we're doing here. Test out your paradise. And then what we're going to do is show you how you're going to save like basically $60,000 a year and spend way more time with your kids. Because I'm sure that's what you want to do. You want to have more life. You want to enjoy yourself more. So how to build your dream life and the escape plan for Canada that keeps you depressed and poor. Let me get to you. So if you change your location, you'll change your life. This is me. I was working the oil patch for 10 years. And basically, um, I was in Canada, and Canada was my vehicle to prosperity. But how many people don't know, like, can't agree with our country in the last 5 years has kind of gone to shit? Can I get a yeah? The country has gone to shit in the last 5 years. And how many people are working more but making less because everything costs more? Can I get another hell yeah? And how many people are feeling a little depressed because it's just like, I want to enjoy my life now, but I have to work more and I'm not going anywhere. And when was the last time you thought of your dream life instead of bills? So when I was in Canada just 5 months ago, all I would think about was working and paying for taxes and bills. So I well, I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you my story. Basically, it happened about last year, and I was working my ass off, and basically, I'm just looking. I'm absolutely miserable. I'm working my ass off, and absolutely miserable. And I'm pretty sad. Like I'm in a sad place. Like I'm working, 10, 12 hours a day doing my window washing business. I'm trying to figure out why life sucks so bad. And then I kind of just decided, what's it actually going to cost for me to live my dream life? Like, what's it actually going to cost for me to actually live my dream life? And I started to reverse engineer what it's going to cost. And this is where you guys are going to love this. Like, and this is what I always say, you need to know what you want. So what I did in this hour of darkness is I started to reverse engineer my life. And I'm just going to tell you, most people, like 90% of the population, just want a normal life. They want to live a life where they're not worried about paying bills and taxes, and they're not worried about when they go to the restaurant. They want to come home and their kids to be excited to see them, right? Like if you're looking for Bugattis, I'm not the guy to sell you Bugattis. I'm here to sell you just having a nice, wonderful life that where you eat normal food, you have time to spend with your family, and you get in and you have a purpose. Like that's what I'm selling here. So I started to build my dream life so I could figure out how much it's going to cost me. So first of all, number one thing is I wanted to live somewhere tropical. That was non-negotiable. Who wants to live somewhere tropical? Who wants to live somewhere tropical? Or do you want to live in the mountains? Let me ask you. Like, do you want to live in the mountains? Do you want to live somewhere tropical? Next thing, I wanted a family, right? Who wants to spend more time with me? I want to actually raise my kids and, put my values in them. Beach life. Okay, Judy. That's what I'm talking about. And then I wanted a house with a view. So, I mean, guys, get into the nitty gritty here. What did you guys want? Like, do you guys want a house with a view? Do you guys want to have a farm? Do you guys want to have a little plot of land where it's easy to maintain? Do you want to grow your own food, right? Another thing for me, for my dream life, and I'm telling you, you guys build your dream life right now. We're all in this together. I wanted to surf. I wanted to surf. I wanted a motorbike, I want a truck. So I want a decent truck that gets me to point A to point B. So I started to build this. I started to reverse engineer my dream. So if I could think of a 10 out of 10 day, having a little sex, wake up, have sex, have some nice bowl of fruit, hang out with some dope people in the evening, and then work towards something passionate. And that was mine. So I wanted a truck. I want a family. I want to eat healthy food. And I wanted to be around dope people. And I love making content. I love telling stories. And I want to build. I love building. He's on the screen. Yeah, this is actually Lewis. Oh, what's going on, Lewis? Now we talking. I've been calling you Judy. But yeah, tell me what you guys want, because this is probably the most important thing. If you guys want to have success, you need to know what you want. So first thing you got to know is, do you want to live in the mountains, beach, city? Do you want a farm, right? How do you want your house to look? How many rooms, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to reverse engineer this and find out how much it's going to cost. And I can tell you right now, what's your dream job? Mine is making content. Mine is, I love storytelling and I want to build beautiful Airbnbs, right? Do you want to have a family? Do you want to spend time with them? How do you want to spend time with them? And then how much is this dream life going to cost? So this is the dream life paradise life calculator. This is my thing. So I kind of compared my dream life in Canada and my dream life in Ecuador. So this is the same life, the exact same life. Nothing is changing here. All right. And and I just want to show you, like, for me to live in Canada, so it'd have to be in Tofino. It's going to be $2 million. For me to have this exact house in Tofino with a view by a world-class surf break in an amazing town, it's going to cost me $2 million. So that's going to be a lot of work. So that's going to be working for the rest of my life. Good used truck. I don't need anything fancy. I just want something reliable, 50 grand. Toys to enjoy my life. So my surfboard, a motorbike to get to the beach, stuff like that. And then how much is it going to cost to maintain my life there, right? It's going to cost me a quarter million, right? That's going to be brutal. So I'm just going to be working to pay off a whole bunch of debt and it's going to suck. What's my dream life in Ecuador going to cost? I'm not shitting on Tofino. I'm just saying for me to live in Tofino, it's going to cost me a lot of money. And here's my dream life here in Ecuador. I got this awesome view, and it cost me $160,000 for this house. That's the land, the road, the power, everything, all in 164. So okay, that's a lot less. That's 200,000 Canadian. So that is a tenth the price. A good used truck is 20 grand. My toys to enjoy my life is my motorbike, surfboard, and then my month. This is my yearly burn rate. This is what's going to cost for me to live this life is $12,000. So when you start looking at this, how obtainable is your dream life? Can anyone live this lifestyle right now? Can you sell some things? Can you find a way to make 12 grand a year and have a view like this? If you want this, we got cheaper options. We're gonna go through a couple options here. Don't you worry about that. We're gonna have a couple more cheaper options. But for me, I needed 200,000 USD to live this dream life. And that's kind of what I kind of want to get out to you guys. It's like if you've got some of you might have this right now, and I'm going to show you my friend. This is Tamara. For her dream life, she got a house, a two-bedroom house. It was 1,000 and some square meters, square feet, sorry. 3 blocks from the beach, 3 blocks. She bought the house for 70,000. She put 10,000 in. She's an amazing house. Truck costs 20 grand, teaches yoga, and her yearly burn rate is $10,000, right? But this is Jackson. Jackson is from Toronto. He is a GM at a hotel. He has $1,000 school. He has a house in the back of the mountains in Dos Mangas, and he supports his family. He has a wife that stay at home, and he needs 10,000 a year to support his whole family, and that's Jackson. So this is him living his dream life, and he can do that actually working here in Ecuador at a hotel. So once you start seeing that, my dream is to have a property in Montanita. I love that. Yeah, we can make that happen. So we're starting to look at this with $100,000 to American live her dream life 3 blocks away from the beach. Where in the world, in the Western world, can you do that? So this is what I kind of want to show how close you are to your dream life, you know? And who is this going to work for, right? It's people sick of the system, people that want to own their own home, people that want to actually have a lower cost of living so they can spend time on things that they want to spend time on, and people that want fresh and delicious fruit, right? So I just want to know, show of hands, who can do this now? Who has 100,000 USD to start living this? This is funny. So and listen, you can't live your dream life if all your money goes to rent or a mortgage, and you can't have peace if you got a bunch of rainbow people, and you can't get ahead if all your money's going to taxes. So this is kind of the point that I want to make with secret number one is Canada is no longer the goal, a vehicle that you can have prosperity. Um, the number one thing that I really want you, this is probably the most important, is you need to have a goal. And if you can build your dream life, if you can build your dream life and have a goal, then you can start really going towards it, right? Because if you don't have a goal, then you can't go anywhere. And that's the main thing. So you build your dream life on the Paradise Life Calculator. So if you say I want to be in the mountains, basically in Ecuador, it's the same thing. If you want a 1,000 square foot house, you're looking at anywhere from 50 to 80,000, depending on how much quality you want, right? And then it's really warm here, so you're gonna be outside a lot. And that's in the mountains, that's on the coast. So you're looking at living in your dream life, 100,000 USD. And that's kind of what I just want to let you guys know. You're a lot closer than you think. Secret number two, how to move abroad in 90 days without selling your house, your car, or your life. This is super important. You are not selling anything until you've tested your location. So I talk about the 1 month club. I don't know if you guys are part of the Brick House community, but I talk about the 1 month club. And that is you leaving to your dream location. So the point of the dream location is to find out, do you want to live in the mountains, the coast, small city, big city, right? Once you know that, it eliminates all the other options. That's really important. So once all those other options are gone, then what you're going to do with the 1 month club is you're going to pick that location. So let's just say coast, Montanita. You're going to spend 1 month here. You can go travel around, but you're going to have a home base here because what you need to know is before you sell everything and leave with your family, you need to see if you like the culture. Now, Latinos and have a unique culture. I particularly enjoy their culture. It's they love to party, they love family, they love traditional values. They always have festivals. It's amazing. You actually need to, but like you actually just need to experience it yourself. Once you experience it, what it's like, right? You experience cost of living, right? You experience the community, because that's probably the most important. The really thing I want to touch base here is community. I'll give you a little story. Like when I came here, the most valuable thing you're going to have is your community here. Because when I came down here, the biggest thing was like, how do I buy land? And what happened was I met some amazing people. I met two French ladies, and I knocked on their door one day and I said, "Hey, I heard you helped this guy buy land. I want to buy some land." And they actually helped me. And they actually were the reason. Some strangers came here and they helped me buy this land. But it's your community is what's going to make your life good. That's what's going to make you pick a place. There are beaches all over the world, but there's only one Montanita to me. This is my favorite location. This is the only place I do not want to leave. So once you find your home, so this is my favorite quote. One of my favorite quotes is, "Home is not where you're born. Home is where all attempts of escape cease." And this is Montanita. And I have groups that are entrepreneurial that we work together helping each other's businesses. I have surf friends, I have workout buddies. I have so many amazing people and it's nice when you just like make a good call. Hey, I'm coming over and that's it. I don't even make calls actually. I just show up. It's your tribe. So this is what your real goal is. You're not selling anything. What you're doing is you're testing. You're testing to see if this is the right location. And this is how I started. I actually would work 9 months in the oil patch when Canada was great, and I would leave for 3 months and I would work on building a road to my land. I'd do these little things, right? And this is where I started to network and build stronger bonds, stronger trust, because these are the people, like in South America, it's very social based. In Canada, we have amazing systems, but it's very social based. And what I did was I kept networking. I would have friends over, we build things. And with those networks, I got to see what things actually cost. I was making allies. This is super important, guys. I can't stress this enough. When you go, and it's fun because what you're doing is you're actually you're you're building relationships that have not just you like them because you like them because you are mutually beneficial to each other. And that's a really good thing. And that's why I say making allies. The next thing is because I have multiple communities, you're going to be invited to birthday parties and it's bloody great. You're going to be going to poker games, whatever your poison is, they have it. But one of the most important things is you're going to see the fake news. You're going to actually experience this place for yourself. And I'll tell you a little story. America has just invaded Ecuador to help with the cartel problem. And I remember when they started, I got a whole bunch of messages from everyone saying, "Is everything okay? Are you okay?" And I was on a boat, in the middle of the ocean having the time of my life, and nobody even talked about it. It was all Ecuadorians, not one pitter, not one peep about America in Ecuador. No one cared. And I think this is what you really need. One of the beliefs that you need to break is once you come to a country like this, a lot of beliefs are going to be shattered. And you're going to really see the cracks between the mainstream media, the fake news, all that stuff. And that's what I really want to hammer home here, right? So, um, let's go to the next slide. Right. What I've kind of discovered because of all the fake news, all this stuff is, you know, people are kind of worried when they come here, how dangerous is Ecuador? And I always try to give this argument, how dangerous is Ecuador? And you have to do it comparatively on what's dangerous. So we have a cartel problem here. I'm not going to lie to you. They are here. I've never seen them, but they are here. But I started to look at what Canada was becoming, and what's dangerous is who here thinks the government is overstepping boundaries? Can anyone say I think government's overstepping boundaries? Um, Ever since COVID, so we had the COVID, and then they started putting these laws, these rules, and they did that emergency act, and we had those peaceful protests, and then we have crime skyrocketing. We have immigration coming in at a mass level with people with immensely different beliefs and cultures, and then they just passed. I think they're just about to pass Bill C9, which means we're not going to have our right to freedom of speech, right? So I just want to give you an example of where we're heading because the UK has passed that the hate speech law, and this guy right here is a guy from Africa. He's a Muslim, and he did a horrible thing to a 14-year-old girl, horrible thing. And these three guys went on social media and they said some things what should have happened to him, and the insane thing. So just so you know, this is Canada is taking the steps to go towards where the UK is. The UK has arrested 15,000 people for hate speech. These three guys right here got a bigger sentence than a guy who did a despicable thing to a young girl. And this is what I mean. What's dangerous about Canada? As soon as you start not agreeing with the government, what's going to happen once this bill is passed, right? And I can only tell you my experience with Canada. So, what's more dangerous, Canada or the cartel? Again, 10 years in Ecuador, never seen the cartel. I don't go to the areas where the cartel are. I don't go at night looking for the cartel and whatnot. But what I started to look at is we have Canada and Ecuador. And I'm looking at, as every year in Canada, my financials got worse and worse. Canada has doubled the homeless population and crime has skyrocketed in the last few years. So they spent $5 billion on the homeless, they've doubled it. I have never seen a homeless person here in Ecuador. That is weird, right? They have the cartel here, never seen them. The laws. So let's just say that that guy, we're just going to go back. This guy who did a horrible thing to a young girl in Ecuador did that. He would either be killed by the townspeople or you die in jail. So, they do evil to justice. If they break a code in Ecuador, you're done, right? And then I have just my experiences with Canada and Ecuador is Canada is the place where I've had the most crime, financial crime, and violence done to me. I was in the younger years. I was on White Ave. Being on White Ave, you might get in a fight. That's like Edmonton's most popular street. Never had violence done to me here in Ecuador. This is just what's happened to me, right? This is my experience. So I had some people come visit me from Canada. This is Eric. What we got? SDR. Yeah, the vacuna. What's the vacuna? La vacuna. There, Lewis. What's the vacuna? So there are drugged out tweakers. There's no drugged out tweakers. I've been looking for them. I've been looking for drugged out tweakers. It's insane. Like they say, Ecuador is poor, but there's no homeless people. So I think this always goes back down to community. Yeah, come down, man. Man, you got to get to the 1 month club. I'm telling you, Michelle, the 1 month club is, and I'm gonna explain to you why the 1 month club is so important in a little bit. It's gonna be good. It's all part of the show. But we'll go back to the web class. So this is Eric. He spent 6 weeks. He's actually only gonna do 3 weeks. He changed his flight, stayed another 3 weeks, and yeah, he toured all over through Ecuador. His girlfriend got sick, and they commented on how amazing the healthcare was. So basically, they got in within 20 minutes. They got the prescription pills, X-rays, everything they needed, and he was out the door within like an hour or two with everything done. And he commented on how much he loved. The one thing, if you come to Ecuador, if that's the place you want to go, you're gonna love the people. The people are amazing. This is Jean from Vancouver. She is awesome. She stayed for 3 weeks. She was a single lady. She got the first version of my course, and she said she loved it, man. She toured the Ecuadorian coast as a single lady. She never felt unsafe, and she loved the Ecuadorian people, and they're amazing, warm, and super helpful. When I met her, man, she really explained like how much she enjoyed herself, because the main thing, like I said, is the most important thing is the community. And when she came here, I introduced her to a bunch of amazing people. She hung out with them after. And it was really, really, really awesome. And then we had Craig and Chris. These guys were super funny. Craig basically came down to see if I was full of shit. He's like, "Hey man, I'll take you out for dinner." We had dinner together, and he's just like, "Man, I just wanted to see if you're full of shit." And they talked about how much they loved it. Chris, actually, the guy in the middle there, he went to Paraguay because I think he had some family there, but he went to Paraguay. And again, both these guys never felt unsafe, like because they just they didn't do dumb things. Like no one goes to the worst. Like this, for example, I'll give you an example. No one goes to New York and says, "Take me to the worst parts of New York at night." And you wouldn't do that in Ecuador. You're not going to tell your taxi driver, "Please take me to the worst parts of Ecuador." You're just not going to do that. All right. So, who wants to join the 1 month club and test your dream location? Can I get a hell yeah? Woo! Right? So, this is the 1 month club, test your dream location part. And now we are on to secret number three. Ryan, how do you save $62,000 a year and spend time with your kids? So, this main thing is how do you buy time? And I'm going to tell you a fucking story. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So, 2025, our darkness. I'm sure you guys might have heard this story before, but just this last summer, I was working my window washing business, and this is my best season yet in window washing. And like I said, all you guys are probably working your butt off, and I was working my ass off. I worked 400 hours this month, and on my best month, I made 15 grand. I made $15,000 that month, and I was working my butt off, and I was basically miserable. But I had one of my best months, and basically. I was about to go to a little trip with my buddies, and what happened during this trip was I had a couple of unfortunate things happen to me. So I kind of have this what my life looks like broken down, and I made 15 grand there. When I do when I do my money, I take a third, so 33, and I give it to taxes. So 5 grand goes to taxes. Um, and this is what my life expenses are. So I have a house in Canada. This is my life expenses. It is $2,000 for my mortgage. It was $500 for utilities, property taxes, $500. My fuel bill for the month was 500. House insurance and truck insurance is 350. That's another $500. Food. It was more profitable for me to work that month. Well, it was always more profitable for me to work than so I eat out a lot. So I eat out and it cost me about $1,500 for the month to eat out, phone, internet. So about 6 grand just for me to exist, for me to work 400 hours a month, no fun, just exist. But what happened was I was going to go on a trip with my friends, and I took my trailer out of a holiday trailer, and I took my dad's truck up there, and the truck broke down. So it broke down by Red Deer, so I'm about 2 hours away from Edmonton, and I had to tow it back with a big tow truck, and it cost me $1,500 to tow it back. Well, after the trip, the 3 day trip with my buddies, I got back, and my work van broke down, and because we didn't have the Ford programming starter analyzer thing, we just had ours. We didn't know what it was. So I had to get it towed to Ford. I had to get them to go through it. And they said it was the starter. And it was still cheaper for them to fix it than me because I was working. And the starter cost me the whole Ford bill cost me about 1,500 bucks. And then the 3 day trip, and just so you know, we went to Banff Canmore area. For us to tent and to have a good time and eating out, it cost me about 1,000 bucks. 700 to 1,000 bucks. And so when I did the numbers, I worked 400 hours basically for 75 cents an hour. And I remember this, I did these numbers and it was so depressing. I don't know who here has been depressed a couple of times these last couple of years. And I just remember laying down in my bed like this, staring at the ceiling. And I'm so miserable. And I'm just like thinking to myself, I just worked 400 hours for 75 cents an hour. I had my best month, and I'm literally one event or two events from being grenaded. Who here, who here is one event from being absolutely grenaded? Who here is one event from being grenaded, right? And I did this chart. And this chart is, I want everyone to kind of use that chart. Like, what's your quality of life? Just write it down in the chat. My quality of life in Canada was 2 out of 10. My little rays of hope was like hanging out with my friends and family. And then the rest was just soul crushing because I'm working so much. I'm having really good months, but I'm not making any money. Yeah, man. I hear you, Brittany. Financially, I would say out of Canada, it's a three. Relationship wise, I didn't have one because all I did was work and purpose. It's just when you feel like you're not going anywhere, you don't feel very purposeful. And growth. Growth is like community, family, the whole works of it, right? And that was killing me. So this equals depression. So I'm on a very good mood. I'm kind of unhappy, like, and when you get grumpy, it goes to everybody, your friends, your family, your kids, if you got them. But yeah, I'm not very happy about that. So this is kind of how I really helped me make my decision to move. So I'm just so you guys, just to help you make your decision. I asked myself, can I have a family in Canada? The answer is I'm making six figures. So I would make 10 to 15 grand a month doing window washing. And if I, did snow removal, I could make 140 to about 170. With that money, can I raise a family with my expenses and have my wife, if I had a wife, stay home? Can I raise a family? The answer is no. So no family. Okay, the values. Isn't the country giving my values to people? No. The schooling system. Do I believe in the schooling system for my children? We have this from BC, outdoor queering education. So the whole everything about Canada, just when I started to look at the basics of what makes life good, Canada had none of them. It's negative, abort mission. And this is what really helped me make my decision. It was no longer the vehicle to prosperity, to family, to purpose, to enjoyment, to quality of life. And this right here is how I save literally $62,000. So I'm just going to break this down. Just to give you perspective, the house in Ecuador and the house in Canada, I had about just as much money put into them, so about 200,000. So that's just how I have no mortgage here. So my mortgage was zero in Ecuador. I paid $20 for utilities. My property tax is 10, it's less than $10. My fuel for per month is $30. It's less, but food, it's 450 because I eat out every day. It's a little bit less now because I cook meat in the morning. My phone is $10, internet's 35. So USD, it's 525. That's about 719 bucks. In Canada, $2,000 a mortgage, utilities is 500, property tax 500, and it cost me 6 grand. So let me just show you when you do the numbers here, you're getting fucked in Canada. So it cost me $8,000 a year Canadian. This is just basic. This is not me having fun. This is just basic life. You cannot avoid these things. You need a place to stay. You need to eat. You need to pay taxes. And this is how much, just look at that number, is how much I made. Now, what could you do with $62,000? Who here what could you do with $62,000? Right? What do we got in the chat? So if you can lower that cost of living and you can buy yourself time, there is a couple of options that you can do, right? If you can leave Canada, let's say you work in a seasonal job, you can actually, you work in a seasonal job, you can live here for 9 months and then live 3 months doing your seasonal job, whether it's oil patch, firefighting, um, tree plant, it don't matter. Whatever you want to do, you can bank up enough money where you can live in Ecuador or Cambodia or Thailand or whatever. I got this all in the escape plan program, but you can actually live your bloody dream life because it's so effing cheap. And that's kind of what I did. I started to build my dream life, and yeah, this guy right here is an amazing example. This guy's Evan A. If you guys want to check out his YouTube, he is an amazing example. And basically, he's from Toronto. He's working two jobs. He was a teacher and a bartender, and he was going nowhere because his rent was like $3,000 or $4,000. The guy leaves to Vietnam with no money. He literally has no money and starts teaching English there. And for the first time in his life, he actually starts saving money. And he's saving more money than when he was working in Canada. And he has the same story as me. I got the same story. Like I literally I left Canada in November. I started with social media. My Instagram blew up, and then what I did was I started making a program to help people, and I think one of the months I made with Facebook ads and everything, I made I saved 500 USD, and that was the same amount of buying power as I did when I made 15 grand. So I saved 4 grand that month out of the 15,000 after I had my expenses. I had the same amount of buying power with 500 USD as I did with 4,000 Canadian in Canada. And that's just what I want to show you is like buying power is really something amazing. So, who is this going to work for? People who want a lower cost of living, who want to own their house, skip winter, eat fresh fruit, get away from rainbow politics, and spend time with your family. If that's you, can I get a fucking hell yeah? So these are the three secrets of the escape plan. So you got to first build your dream life. You got to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, and you can't go anywhere, you're just a captain without a map, right? Next, once you have your location, what you want, what kind of house you want, what kind of view you want, what kind of culture you want to be around, you got to test it out. You need to at least hit the 1 month club. You got to spend 30 days there. So, how to move abroad 90 days without selling your house. You don't want to sell anything. Do not do that. Bad. And then once you have tested your place, this is how much money you're going to save. Your cost of living is going to be so much lower. It's going to be amazing. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to love it. All right. So this is the model. Know what you want, test it, and then you go save money, right? And with that time, with that money you're saving, that's when you work on what you want to do. If you want to run Airbnbs, you run Airbnbs. So I'm just going to give you a pro tip here. There's a few ways you can make money. So just to give you an idea, you can do seasonal work and you work 3 months, visit your family, work your butt off, come back, have 30 grand or more, come here, and basically your year's paid for. The other option, build Airbnbs. Build Airbnbs and you make money off your rental income. The third option is a business, whether that's a brick and mortar business here or an online business. The thing that's really nice about these countries is they have a lot of problems to solve and they're not really entrepreneurial. So you would have an unfair advantage in these countries. You just have to learn the language. So that's just a pro tip for you guys. So let me ask you a question. Are you excited for the escape plan? So this is my program. This is where I'm going to show you what it's all about. I have a 5-week program. And of course, I want to make sure you guys want to know about this 5-week program. I'm going to tell you about it. If you guys want to know, just let me know in the chat. Can I get a hell yeah? Let me know. I want to get the hell out of Canada. Let's do it. All right. So this is it. I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I put a lot of time into this on this program. I got a 5-week, 1 month club escape plan master class. Now, and what the goal is. So what the goal of this class is to get you an effing result. Like that is my goal. My goal is that. And basically, I want you guys saying, I want to leave Canada. And by the end of this class, be so confident that you're going to book a flight. If you're not going to book a flight or you don't want to book a flight, or then don't get it. That's the only thing I want. I don't care where you go. You go to Mexico, you go to Thailand, you go to Honduras. I don't give a shit. But the goal is to give you enough information so you will book a flight, because we need you to make a move. We need a decision, right? That is the most important. What's going to be in this escape plan? I have it in immense detail how you're going to actually build your life, build your dream life, and actually calculate the price, right? In this plan, there's so much in it. There's so much in it, but we're going to show you the echo chamber. So right now, you are in an echo chamber where all you hear is the propaganda and everything's scary, right? We want to get you out of Canada's echo chamber, and we want you to just have a break. And that's why I always say the 1 month escape plan, because it seems that when people leave for a month, they start to gear out. Burn rate. What's your burn rate going to be? Your first month is always a bit more expensive. After that, you kind of get into your routine and it gets cheaper, right? We're going to talk about the 1 month club. We're going to talk about how you're going to leave, how you're going to talk to work. And then I know a lot of you guys have family. I got a lot of stuff about family in there, right? I got a lot of stuff about family and how, there's schools here, there's private schools, how much they cost, stuff like that. And yeah, it's going to be freaking awesome. So this is Jean. She actually got the course, the first version of the course. This next version is way better. It's so much better. And she actually came to Ecuador. She found it really helpful, and she never found it unsafe. We already talked about her. People sick of the system. Now, the 1 month club. Now, the reason why it has a value of $3,000 is because if you come here, you will literally save $3,000. If you spend 1 month here in Ecuador, you will save $3,000. Like, it's so much cheaper. I literally had an almuerzo today and it cost me $3, and I got a soup, a giant plate of rice and meat, and a freshly squeezed juice, two of them actually. So this is what the escape plan, the 1 month escape plan is all about. And basically what it's going to have is we're going to have a 1 hour introduction call. So what we do with the 1 month club is we talk before you start the program, and we talk about what your goals are, what you want, how you want your vision to look like, and your time frame to actually move. Once you're done the course, we're going to have a talk about your dream location, what you learned, was there things that I missed, and we do Q&A, and you get another 1 hour call. So for the 1 month club, you're getting 2 hours of calls and making sure you know everything about the 1 month club. Is everybody with me so far? That sound pretty good? So let me go to the next thing. What you'll be able to do. Know how close you are with the escape plan. So you probably all want to get the hell out of Canada. Once you're done this program, you will know how close you are. You're going to know what you're going to need. And again, once you have that goal, once you have that vision, once you know the information, then you can really, really go towards it. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to save you so much effing money on things. I have so much stuff of just how not to do things wrong, banking. And I have so much great information in there that's going to save you so much money. And how you can live and live abroad, right? This is how, oh my God, I'm going to save you so much money with some of these lessons. It's going to be great. So these are some of the things that you're going to be getting rid of. You're going to be getting rid of GST. You're going to be getting rid of $202 for food. We're going to be getting rid of that. Just so you know, there's no rainbow weirdos here. There are gay people, but they're awesome. They're all normal. They're not these victims. There is no queering outdoor education, and you're going to pay a fraction in taxes. All the things you're going to get: freshly killed food. Your kids are going to be doing normal things. You're going to own time. And if you want to buy land, I just actually just purchased land, and I got land in the most epic spot, and I paid like 40 grand for it. So things you're going to be getting. So 2 accountability calls for about $300. And now I'm going to get you all the visa information on what you need on whatever visa you want to get down here to Ecuador. Plus, I have a whole bunch of other visa information if you want to go to other locations. There's a whole bunch of information on visas because it's super important. But whether you want to be professional, whether you want to be an investor or a recipient, there's a whole bunch of visas, and I go through them all there, and they're pretty freaking awesome. So where you're going to be able to go, we have Ecuador. Just so you know, just give some visa information right now. You get 90 days for Ecuador, and you get a 90-day extension, so you get 180 days. Same with Colombia. You get Brazil, EAU, UK, Canada visa. They get all for Brazil. It's a free entry visa for the UK and the EAU. And for Canada, Australia, and the USA, you have to use an e-visa. Visas in Cambodia, I got a bunch of information about that. Thailand, no visa required, but we got visa information for you guys if you need it, right? So you're getting the visa blueprint, right? There we go. Now we're at $3,599. Now, if I just did these 3 secrets, you just knew these 3 secrets, would it help you on your escape plan to live your dream life? Can I get a hell yeah? If you knew these things, if you know what you want and whatnot, right? So I built my dream life. I put it on paper, and then I realized I could do it right now. And by going abroad, you'll actually be saving more money for the first time. Yeah, so that's one of the nice things. Once you go abroad, you're actually going to find out you'll actually be saving more money by spending a month in like Ecuador or whatever than you would be in Canada. Like it's that crazy. It's that crazy. So people want to know the steps for leaving longer. I also have the 3 month club. This is a bonus. I'm throwing this in, and this is when people start making real changes. So I just want to give you some frameworks that are in the 3 month club. So basically, a lot of you guys, you probably want to be leaving Canada longer, more long term, more permanent. So I made the 3 month club, right? Land is a must, digital nomad status. They do have that. Yeah, digital nomad status as well. So if you know how to use computer, you're golden, right? But I wanted to show you like with the 3 month club for people you getting ready to actually move. The 3 month club is for people that want to make a decision, right? This is where you're saying, I'm going to start shutting down my life and I'm going to go to my business or my boss or whatever, and I'm going to structure things where I can leave for at least 3 months. So 90 days. And this is really important because with this, um, with this particular part of the program, I have some really, really great information. And I'm going to show you how I actually, had more time, built more money, and lived my dream life. And it's a great example is for people that still don't want to make the full move and only want to go for the 3 month, go to the 3 month club. This is where you start testing your businesses, your work, and you say, "Hey, I want to leave for 3 months and whatnot." And what I actually learned when doing this with my companies is I always actually got more leverage out of it. And what this 3 month club kind of explains to you is how you can actually get time off of work, or if your job says no and says you can't leave for 3 months, you just say, I'm going to leave. And what happens is your the business that your company you're with probably undervalues you. And once you go to another company, they'll actually value you more and you'll get paid more. So if you actually, it's a funny stat. If you look it up, if you leave your company, you will always get like a 15 to 20% pay increase. And my story was when I worked in the oil patch, I started in the oil patch at 25 and I was getting paid 25 bucks an hour, right? And I was working for this company for about 3 months and they ran out of work. So I went to another company. But because I had experience, I said, yeah, I'm experienced now. Within 3 months, I had a $5 pay raise. I had a $5 pay raise. I was making 30 bucks an hour in the oil patch, right? I worked for this company for a little bit and whatnot, and they went out of business. And I went to another company. And because I had experience, I said, I have all this experience. I got a pay raise of $32. Well, I ended that company at $35. And then I went to another one. I went to another company, and then I finished that company at 45 bucks an hour. And it just goes to show as you build more skills, the company you're with probably undervalues you. And when you go to a new company, they see your value and they pay you what you're worth, right? So that's one of those amazing things was where I really made a lot of money. Another great story is when I was in Australia, I basically worked a year picking potatoes, sweet potatoes, right? And everyone was telling me like, yeah, man, I'm making $10,000 a month in Australia. And I'm just like, man, how is that possible? So I kind of, what I did was I kept hearing this and I got pissed off. So I got a forklift license and it was a 3 day course. And just because I had this one little certificate, this itty bitty certificate, I got $10,000 a month. I went to a job recruitment agency. They said this factory needs a forklift operator, and I never ran a forklift once. All I needed was a ticket, and it was basically HVAC. I just helped with HVAC, but I got paid $10,000 a month solely because I had a ticket that I never used. So you're maybe a ticket away from having a skill that you get paid way more, where you can get more time off, right? And that's what I kind of explain in the 3 month club. So here it kind of explains how to do that stuff. So, yeah, 3 month club bonus. If you ever get your 3 month club patch, you will save literally 12 grand. I promise you, if you can leave Canada for 3 months, the amount of money you'll save is incredible. So, we're at 15,599 of value. What you can't put a value on, you cannot put a value on slowly taking away your freedom. We have the country of Canada slowly taking away our freedom. So, what is that? As Canada continues to pass these bills, I don't know if you guys seen the last thing of the NDP politics. These insane politics taking over. what is this worth to you, right? What is this worth? We are slowly going down the totalitarian blueprint. So I asked ChatGPT, what is the totalitarian blueprint? And basically, this is what they came up with. It creates and amplifies crisis. What was that? The COVID pandemic, and now we got the Strait of Hormuz, dividing the population, mass immigration, expanding government power. We have social programs, we have government housing, homelessness has doubled. Limiting speech, Bill C9, state owned media, $1.7 billion, the most in Canadian history, has been pumped into state media, making people dependent on the government. Universal income is getting introduced and slowly taking away our guns. And this is the analogy that we have. It's the frog is boiling in the water. So if you throw a frog in boiling water, he'll jump out. But if you put a frog and then you slowly bring it to boiling, you'll cook the frog alive because he just doesn't know. And that's what's kind of been happening to Canada. Can I get a hell yeah? Is anyone here thinks that's happening to Canada? Agenda 233, yeah. How about anyone else? Who is sick? Who thinks Canada is going down a dangerous path towards the totalitarian system? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, how do you put a price on that? Escaping totalitarian government, I would say priceless. Then we have the woke madness. Who here is sick of the rainbow flags? There's one thing that has just been driving me nuts is this this thing. You probably know I'm quite vocal about this rainbow woke madness and sterilizing the youth of Canada has just been one of those tragic things. So my question to you is, do you think the values, do you want your values in the kids or do you want the state's values? And if you think that, and another question is, do you think the state is teaching good things in school? If the answer is no, and it's what they're teaching is dangerous, can I get a thumbs up, a wave, a hell yeah? This is what community looks like. This is what peace looks like. This is what healthy kids look like. These are kids that are in normal schools doing normal things, playing in a field. This is what Canada looks like. I think we had our last mass shooting was a tranny, and it's not even this kid's fault. It's this government that's pumping them full of hormones and stuff. But this is what Canada looks like. This is what Ecuador looks like. Canada, Ecuador. So, woke madness. Do you think your kids should be raised by you or raised by the government? That is a good question. What do you guys think in the chat? Can I get a raised by you? Fuck the government. Now they're doing drag shows reading to kindergartens. I know, man. I just saw some messed up stuff. It's just the clown show continues, right? So, leaving rainbow woke madness. That is worth its weight in gold. Quality of life. This is me. This is a personal thing. My quality of life was 2 out of 10. Like I said, I have amazing friends and family, but like all I did was work. All I did was work, and I just didn't feel like I was going anywhere. And then if you change your location, you'll change your life. And that is where we went. Happy land, 9 out of 10 life. What is peace worth to you? I would say it's priceless. But hey, I'm still got this dream giveaway. This dream giveaway never ended. So I am giving a 10-day trip to Montanita for 2 people, including a round-trip airfare to the closest international airport, to and from airport pickup from Guayaquil to Montanita, paid for accommodation, $1,000 per person. You can surf, free dive, do yoga. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But all you're going to do is have a bunch of fun, and you're going to see a whole bunch of things. So you are getting an entry into that. It's a 1 in 20 chance. And yeah, so a $6,000 value to get your butt over here. Can't wait. And now, just if all this did, so this is the question of if all this did was show you that your dream life is closer, do you think it would be worth it? If all this did was show you how easy and safe it is to go to another country, would it be worth it? And if all this did was give you a break from Looney Land, Canada, would it be worth it? And if all this did was save you half the amount I said it would save you and gave you more time with your family, would it be worth it? You got 2 choices. You can stay in Canada, not have a backup plan if Canada keeps going down its crazy path. and keep scraping by and living in the high cost of living. Or you can take action and take the leap of faith, live your dream life, have a lower cost of living, and work on your passion projects and spend time with your family. Can I get a hell yeah, spending time with my family, working on things that I like? Now, what's your dream life worth to you? Is it worth 1 month away? Is it 1,000, 3,000? Is it more? How much would you pay to have your dream life? Now, right now, Canadians are leaving at a record number. We have a record number of Canadians leaving. This year in 2025, 120,000 Canadians left. Everyone's getting out, which means the tax burden is just going to go up because those are the best people leaving. So you can see why it's worth a value this much. But for the general public, it's $9.97. But because you guys are special, today it is going to be $250. That is it. But that is not all. There is more, my friends. If you get into the 1 month club, I will literally give you your entire investment back. That is the greatest thing. If you go for 1 month to another location, you will get your entire investment back times a million, basically times 10, right? That's how much money you're going to save. We get you all the details, we give you all the information to help do it, get you that result. You basically have no thing to worry about. Now, you have two choices. Do nothing, not take the leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free because I have some pretty badass guarantees here. Or you pony up, make a small investment today, and compared to all the value you get in return, you just give it a shot. Now, check this out. You're going to love this. I give you a complete 5-week guarantee. If you don't think the course is valuable and it doesn't get you a result, I'll give you the money back because I don't want your money if you don't want to give it to me. My whole goal of this whole program is just to get you a result. From Unhappy Land Canada to living your dream life in a badass place. So that's my goal. Honestly, that's my goal. So the real question is it worth gambling? Is it? I think it is. So I got all this, but for the first 10 people, fast action bonus, I got more stuff. I have my buying land blueprint. I just bought another piece of land, so I have it all in detail how to buy a piece of land here in Ecuador. This is probably the most frustrating thing you're going to experience. So how to send money abroad, I kept it plain and simple, what it needs to be. But this thing is worth its weight in gold. For any of you that are planning to do this, this is the it's weight in gold. I have spent so many hours, hundreds of hours. I have wasted so much money on transaction fees. I know it seems like a small thing, but I have broken it down in the simplest way possible. And if the first 10 people get it, you get another entry into the dream giveaway. So you have a 1 in 60 chance, baby. That is what I am talking about. So this is it. This is the deal. We got a whole boatload of value that the best part I had to learn from. Now, this is for the first 30 minutes. We are going to do question time. And then after the 90 minutes, or the 30 minutes, I mean, we're going to color a night. And if you guys want it, just click the little link there, the 1 month club escape plan, and you're good to go. But let's get some questions that a lot of people have. Which countries are the best? So this is question time. If you guys got any questions, I would love to answer them. Who's got some questions? Well, if you get the course, when I talk to you on the first call, we just have a chit chat, and then I put you into the dream giveaway. I have a private page, and you get entered, and it's freaking awesome. So that's kind of how you do it. Does anybody have any questions? What are the best countries to go to? Because I have my personal favorites. My personal favorites is Cambodia. Cambodia is amazing. The Buddhists are amazing people. We have Brazil. Brazil is an amazing country. Wonderful, wonderful people. And Ecuador. I heard Colombia. I heard great things about Colombia. So that might be places that you want to check out. But I love Ecuador. And I love Ecuador because, like I said, the community is number one thing. I love Ecuador. It's my heart. It's got waves. It's got good food. Can you do a plan later on when I'm ready to start my move? What do you mean there, Brittany? Can you do the plan later? We're planning Salinas for a month. Montanita. Is the weather really that drastically different? I heard mosquitoes, rain overcast. Okay, so Alicia, for this area, basically we have two seasons. We have the January to about, I would say, June, where it's awesome. It's super sunny. From June, it starts getting overcast, but it's still pretty decent. Then from basically end of September to December, mid-December, it's the Garua, and it's kind of this misty fog shit, and it's not that great. But December, so when the heart of winter to basically June, it's awesome. February, it gets a bit rainy, so it rains insanely hard at night, and then it's super hot during the day. So so I'll tell you about Salinas. Salinas is it's a pretty okay town. I always liked it. It depends on what you want, right? It depends if you want more nature. Salinas is has less access to like nice lush nature. Where Montanita, because it has the mountains, it captures all that rain and it turns nice and lush. Um, yeah, January is the perfect month. Are there a lot of contractors that choose to? So for contractors there, K-Rash, you would talk to me and I'd lead you to the right contractor because super important to get the right one because there's two things that happen with contractors. They, first of all, what they'll do is they'll give you a low price, they'll do half the job, and then they'll ask for more money just so they can get the job. And what you want to do is there's about three bulletproof contractors, three guys in this area that are trusted. They give you the right amount. They give you the right amount. They have a great reputation, and they're going to be more, but you're going to always pay more. And just because they're lying, the other people are lying just to get the contract. So just know that very important because you also want a skilled builder because oh my god, if you get a bad builder, you're going to be pulling your hair out, right? Absolutely terrible. So extortion, right? So safety. Again, I have a bunch of interviews. I just actually put a bunch of interviews on my YouTube, but I have a bunch of interviews, and we have people that own businesses, people that have money here, and they've never had a problem. Now, is extortion here a thing? I have heard it is. I just haven't met anybody that has done it. Right? As long as you're living normal, like you got to understand, I'm a social media creator, and I've never had a problem. Right? So as long as you understand that, like you're not going to have a problem. And you got to under the funny thing is, if you think of extortion, what about Canada's really a really amazing extortion gang. They're as crooked as they come. I would like to sign up for the XA plan. Yeah. So if you don't get it in this go around or whatnot, you won't get those the extra bonus into the dream giveaway there, Brittany. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Absolutely. But yeah, that is kind of the gist of it. Anyone else have any questions? I think I got a couple more here. We go here. Can I actually live off $1,000 a month? That's another one. So again, I showed you my cost of living. It all depends on your habits. It all depends on your habits, right? So if your habits are, you know, you like to party. I mean, you like hookers and blow. It's going to be a lot more money. But a lot of the gringos here that are from Canada that live, they're a bit older. They spend under $1,000 a month just because they have their routine. Your first month is always the most expensive. Your first month is always the most expensive, but just because you got to get used to things, right? You kind of got to get used to your routines. You got to find those cheaper restaurants and whatnot. Um, we'll talk soon. I've entered your. Oh, nice. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I'll bring your. Okay, Alicia, that sounds great. That sounds great. Do you still own your. Yes. So I have a condo that's not even worth mentioning because the real estate's not doing so hot in Edmonton. But So you can keep your personal stuff, you can keep your citizenship and live in Ecuador. That's not a problem. It's just when you do decide to exit and become a non-resident, you will basically do the price of the house is gained. So let's say you had a house for 100 grand and it's now worth 200 grand, you will pay capital gains on 50% of that. So 50% of that would be 25. So you'd probably be paying $25,000 on that, give or take. I will buy the course. So, awesome, math. Thank you. Yeah. I think I got that in my in another store. But yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. Appreciate that, Matthew. Thank you so much. Yeah, well what it's gonna be awesome because that 1 hour call, I find the calls are really, really, really helpful, and that's why I do them, is we're gonna get a vision of what you want, and then at the end, we're gonna really decide what is the best path for you. Because that is, once you have that goal and once we can talk about, hey man, this is the house that I want, this is the square footage, these are the, I want to have a farm, and we can talk about like having a farm here. The jungle is insane, like it's serious shit, man. Like shit grows insanely crazy, so it's a lot of maintenance with a farm, right? So I always want to always tell people, like, when we build your dream life, I'm going to tell you the pros, but definitely the cons, right? For example, I bought a piece of land, and I would say the most desirable piece of area on the coast. I only bought 272 square meters. And the reason I bought it is because I don't want maintenance. I don't want upkeep. I want low plant maintenance, and I want high volume of units, right? Because it's going to be really high end Airbnbs, but I just want it to be very low maintenance with the plant stuff, where I can only bring in a gardener once a week and I don't have to deal with a jungle, right? That's very, very important, right? So, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I'm going to get to the next question. Here we go. Are third world countries dangerous? Again, I know this is a super important one to a lot of people, and that's because it is. Are third world countries dangerous? The truth is, it all depends on the location. If you go to Oklahoma City, if you go to Vancouver and East Hastings, is that a dangerous place? It's like, yes. Are you going to do that at night? No. You're not going to go to Guayaquil and say, I want to go to the most dangerous spot there where all the gangs are at night, because that's dumb. And you're not going to do silly things at night. Like me, I do it all the time. I am the biggest risk taker, and nothing's happened to me. Like I take enormous risks. I just went up to Manta to meet a complete stranger, and it turned out great. So the vehicle you'd be getting, you would be getting a sweaty ass F-350 for 20 grand. But they have the Chinese stuff here is really, really good quality, actually. They really come a long way. You can get an older Toyota for 20 grand. Oh, guys, I should do a video on this. Some of the sick vehicles. If you want something a little bit older and vintage, you'll pay about 10 to 12 grand, right? But you're taking a risk in that. But I'm getting probably a 2022, 2023 Great Wall Ringle. It's a diesel. It's a nice little truck, and it's about 20 grand. So I'm gonna be paying about that. You recommend buying a new truck in Ecuador? See, this is why I always say why you want to build your dream life. Because what's your dream car? Like I'm gonna show you some vintage shit right now, of the vehicles you can buy here for like 12 grand. Like you guys are gonna fucking love this. Because I'm even thinking about buying like maybe a secondary car, because Jason, where's Jason? Uh, there he is. So this guy, he gave me this group of, where is it? You're gonna love this. Um, where is it? Four hook vertical. And oh damn. Basically, they have these vintage, badass looking vehicles. Can you can you put an escape? Yes, I can. Let me just get that for you. Where the hell is this? There it is. Yeah. So this is kind of what I want to kind of let you guys know is, like, where is this? Shit. It's here somewhere. What vehicle, what kind of like dream life you want? Because in Ecuador or wherever these countries, you can do it. I have a 2025, I'd like this. So they definitely have that, but you're going to be paying a premium there for that. There, Judy, you're going to be paying definitely a premium for uh, a Chevy. They do have them here, but you're probably going to be paying like $80,000 for 2025. Like the Western vehicles are a lot more expensive. But let me just find that link. Where are you? Right here. I got her. Copy, text. There we go. There we go. What else do we got? I have. How have you handled taxes in Canada since you left? So I'm doing my tax season now, and basically, until I become a tax resident, I will be. I'll become a tax resident. I'll do my property, and then with the business and Facebook ads and all that stuff, I will be building a graph, and then I'll be using a international tax lawyer, which I have access to because of the network. And I will probably be adding that into the course, but I want to do it when I have my personal experiences with it. So that's kind of the goal with my personal experience. So I'll be having that. That'll be an upgrade in the course on how to deal with taxes. Another thing I'm working on is Panama. Just so you guys know, that might be a whole nother series, how to not pay taxes anymore once you leave Canada, and that would be bringing your money to Panama. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So yeah, so that's kind of the thing that I really want to kind of reiterate is out here you can really build what you want. If you want to get in shape, you can have time. If you want to drive a vintage you know, Land Cruiser or a, Land Rover, one of those vintage, they have vintage Land Rovers here, and you can get one for 12 grand. And it's just like a tractor. You can build whatever life you want. And I think that's what you really, when you come down here, don't buy anything right away. Just feel it out because you might want to be like, to be honest, I want to have a farm. Like that's where I want to have my family. I want to have a little farm, some animals, a horse, stuff like that, and whatnot. I think it should be. I think it should be in. I think if you press that link in the where is it? 1 second. I think if you press this the 1 month escape plan on the link, I think it'll take you there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's how you do it. You just press that the link on the screen there, I believe. Let me know if that worked. Where's my chat? Did that work? Yeah. So that's kind of some of the good stuff there, you know. What else we got? Where will I live when I get there? That's another question. So if you're coming to the Montanita area, I recommend this is the step by step that's going to help you. If you're going to go for a month or 3 months or for 6 months, what you do is there's two locations I recommend. It's Casa del Sol or Montanita Estates. It's because that's where your best networking possibility is going to be. So you stay there, you meet Robbie, you meet Tamara, you meet Jackson, and then for that week, you look for a long-term rental. One day, I'm going to have some high-end Airbnbs that are going to be long-term rentals. And you guys are going to stay there because anyone in the brick house is going to get a discount. It's going to be sick. I actually can't wait for that because you guys are my people, right? I can't wait to help you out in that, right? So okay, there. You have a good one, brother. If you need any more information, you let me know. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I will figure out how to do that. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be I think that's it for the thing. I know there's going to be stuff emailed to you, so if you guys want to join, that'd be freaking awesome. But I think we're going to shut her down. This was freaking awesome. Thank you for coming to the webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any ways that more questions, you let me know and I'll love to answer them. So thanks again. And we are going to end it. And I'm going to select No, we need to select you. Copy, copy. And yeah, ciao. End webinar for